Welcome to Rosemary's Mystic Tales, where stories come alive.
The wind didn't blow the night the whispers began. It held its breath instead, as if even the sky dared not speak. The air was too still, the stars too sharp, and the Baobab tree, old and unmoving, seemed to lean just slightly closer to the earth, listening. Something had awakened. In the village of Mambwe, nestled on the edge of the Great Plains, stories were told like prayers. But there was one story never spoken aloud. A warning, really, about the Mutiwa Vatu, the tree of the people. Children were never to play near it. Mothers crossed themselves when its shadow touched their doorsteps. The elders, they simply fell silent when its name was mentioned. It had stood there for as long as the earth could remember, silent, watching. But that silence had started to crack. Tamba felt it first, a low hum beneath his feet when he fetched water one evening. A vibration in the soles of his feet, like something massive turning over deep underground. He paused, staring at the Baobab silhouette against the darkening sky. It looked different, wider, or closer. He blinked, shook his head, and hurried home. But that night, he dreamt of roots, long tangled roots, twisting through bones, clutching broken necklaces and rusted anklets. He saw eyes staring up from beneath the soil, wide with sorrow, and then he heard the voice, one voice, but also many, woven into the wind like smoke. "Tamba, remember us." He awoke, gasping, drenched in sweat. At breakfast, his mother frowned. "Did you sleepwalk again?" she asked, eyeing the red dust on his feet. "No," he lied, though he wasn't sure himself. His grandfather, old Makoma, had stopped chewing his boiled cassava. His gaze was sharp. "Did Baobab call to you?" the old man asked, voice barely above a whisper. Tamba froze. "What?" Makoma leaned closer. "Did it call?" Before Tamba could answer, his mother slammed the cup down. "No more of this," she snapped. "We do not speak of that tree." But Tamba had already heard it, in his dream, in the earth, in his blood. That evening, drawn like moth to flame, Tamba returned. The village slept behind him, roofs glowing faintly under the moon. He walked barefoot, guided by instinct. The Baobab loomed ahead, its thick trunk rising like a sentinel from the soil. No wind, no sound, but his heartbeat roared in his ears. He stood beneath it, craning his neck to stare at its limbs, twisted, powerful, and oddly human. A strange scent filled the air, not rot, not bloom, something older, like pages of a forgotten book unearthed after 100 years. Then, movement. The back shifted. Tamba stumbled back. He swore the tree breathed, a slow, heavy exhale through unseen lungs. And then a low whisper rose, not outside his ears, but within his mind. "Tamba!" He turned to run, but his feet refused. "Okay, you must listen." The back crackled softly, and sap trickled down like a tear. And then he heard them, layered voices, speaking at once, laughter, wailing, chanting, a child crying, A woman singing a lullaby in a language he didn't know but understood. A man screaming. A vision slammed into him. Blinding white pain, chains, flames. A woman tied to the tree, eyes wide with terror. Then a blur. Rituals under the moonlight, blood mixing with soil, whispered names carved into the roots. Tamba fell to his knees, clutching his head, and then, enough! A strong hand gripped his shoulder. It was Elder Makoma. Behind him stood another figure, dark eyes flashing, staff in hand, Elder Bako. The oldest man in the village, known for silence, feared for his knowledge. You were warned, Bako hissed. You have stirred the roots. Tamba gasped, shaking. They're in there. People, spirits, they are calling. Makoma dropped beside him. Yes, he said softly. They always have. Bako's eyes gleamed. And now, boy, you must choose. The tree has remembered you. If you listen further, there is no turning back. Tamba stared at the great Baobab, its bark now visibly moving, swelling, pulsing like it was alive. Will you carry us? The whispers asked again. Tamba, trembling, whispered, Yes, I will. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, to share, and to follow us for more stories. Until next time, watch out for part 2.